Hey guys, what's going on? So today we have a couple things to check out. First of all, this is the very first day that we have access to Guild Battle. This is still preparation day. I already applied to fight. So the preparation day lasts 24 hours, and then depending on how many of the members actually request to fight, we'll be going into battle with a certain amount of people. We are also rank 1 because we're the best guild ever. You can see rank 1 right there. We're just that good. Also because no one has fought yet, but you know, don't think about that. So you'll get some instant rewards when you are in the attack phase. For example, you get 2 of these little evolve mons, some guild coins, and some gold. If you lose, you still get 1 evolve mana and less gold and less guild coins. And it's sort of the same story with the defense phase. You just don't get any evolve mon, rather enhanced stones for runes. And depending on your rank at the end of the season, of course, you'll get some other stuff. 3 million gold for rank 1. It's basically the same thing, just less of everything. Well, 2 to 10% is still okay, because at least you get 1 6-star rune. But if you go below 10%, you don't get any 6-star runes, and you know, 5-star runes suck, everyone knows that. So I'm not too sure how the rest of it works. I'll be recording it when preparation ends and we can actually fight either as an attacker or defender, or both, for the phase, and we'll see how that works then. But what I wanted to talk about were these new runes. We have, you see in the guild shop we can buy the Eons, as we were talking about while going over the patch note, but also these new runes. You can buy a random 6-star rune ticket, but also the Room of Time, Barrier, Poison, Multi-Strike, Taunt, and Unity. It will be a 4 to 6-star rune, so it's unfortunate that it's kind of random. You can buy up to 4 6-star runes, although I'm not sure if those will only contain the new runes. But we're going to be going over those new runes because we can see that information right here. And I'm going to give my thoughts on all the new runes. So we're starting with the time rune. Everything before that we've already had before. So the time set is a set of 4, which is typically not that great, but the skill does sound quite powerful for a very, very glass cannon DPS. There's a 100% chance to decrease all skill cooldowns, apparently, by 2 turns when you kill an enemy. Once per attack. So I guess if you kill someone and then kill another one with like a multi-strike or an AoE, it will only apply once, but it looks like it can be applied multiple times over the course of a battle, just not during that same attack. Even so, 2-turn skill cooldown when you kill an enemy is quite good. It may not be the best in like an arena sense, because it is a force set. That means you're going to be giving up either crit damage or attack for a DPS, and that would then make it harder to kill an enemy. Besides that, I'm not sure if arena battles really last long enough to really take advantage of that. Like if you can reduce 7 cooldown skill to 5, you'd still have to wait 5 full turns, and by that point, dunno. But regardless, very interesting set anyway. Here's another interesting set, made even more interesting by the fact it's only a 2-piece, so you could still run attack or crit damage or something else for a tank, but this does seem a little bit more tank related because you get a shield worth 20% of your HP, and that has a 50% chance to proc at the start of your turn. So I don't know, for a 2 set it does sound okay. I just can't really see a huge use case for it. Because for tanks, I think they're kind of tanky enough in most cases and they don't really need another shield. And for DPS, 20% of their HP won't be that much. But I'm thinking a lot about arena situations, so there it might not be so good. But in PvE, like for advents or such, it may be okay for a tank that's getting hit by strong attacks a lot. That 20%, 50% chance each time it's their turn could really amount to something. Here we have another 2 set, 40% chance to poison an enemy for 30% of your attack for 2 turns upon using skill 1. That's actually a pretty high chance for a skill 1 activation, and 30% of attack for 2 turns isn't bad either. And for those that weren't aware, there's an added effect to poison besides just damage over time. HP recovery effect inflict damage instead. So if you heal yourself while poisoned, you're just going to take more damage. So poison in this game is a rather strong debuff, and I can see this being very useful in something like PvP. It can be cleansed by a healer, of course, but 40% for every skill 1, that's pretty damn high. Next, we're looking at Multi-Strike Enhance, which is just more damage on a multi-strike. So naturally, this would be good for heroes who benefit a lot from multi-strike, like Tayo. I'm not sure if he would actually need that since his multi-strikes are so damn strong anyway, but just to get to that next level of multi-strike power might be pretty good. Obviously, it's not going to be for anyone who's not dealing damage, since that is just what it boosts. Considering it is a 2 set, it definitely could be interesting alongside, you know, the attack set or crit damage set, whatever. But this is only multi-strikes, so I'm not sure if 30% is really enough even for a 2 set. Because, you know, this won't take effect on your normal attack, it won't take effect on any counter attacks. won't take effect on any skill 2 or skill 3, unlike a straight attack bonus would. Here we have the taunt set, again a 2 set. This just says upon successful attack using a skill, so I have to assume it means any skill. So I don't know if you're like using an AoE attack, it has a 30% chance per enemy it strikes to taunt them. If that's the case, naturally it'd be good for a tank. I'm just wondering if it might be a little overkill, since tanks usually have at least 1 or 2 skills dedicated to taunt anyway. But if you just want to make sure to keep a lot of enemies off your other heroes, then it would be definitely a set to consider. And this set, Elemental Unity, is an extremely interesting set as well. It's pretty basic, but it'll increase the caster's attack by 40% if the party has 5 heroes with the same element. So for mono teams, naturally you would want everyone to have this. Of course, the bad thing is these runes are going to be obviously very hard to get, but by far one of the most powerful sets I've seen. Probably the most powerful rune set for a mono team. It's twice as powerful as the rage set, as long as you have a mono team. So I've been kind of building a mono dark team for a while, so naturally putting this on everyone would be ideal. You know, it's a 40% attack for everyone. On top of leader skills, they just be killing it. So if you ever come across one of these Elemental Unity runes, definitely make sure to keep it. And these last 4 are all kind of in the same vein. You'll deal 20% additional damage when attacking certain type enemies. So we have attack, defense, support, and hybrids are the 4 types. And naturally this would probably be more geared towards a super focused PvP team. Like, for example, I could consider giving this set to my Morrigan because I'm always attacking the Ramuh, which is almost always inevitably there with my Morrigan. Sometimes she has a little bit of HP left, so this set might be good for Morrigan to better ensure she gets the one shot. Of course, it would only work on the Ramuh, so I'm not too sure if just going for attack type enemies wouldn't be better, because there's always at least 2 or 3 of those, and you just get more general usefulness out of it. But yeah, those are pretty much my thoughts on the new rune set. Didn't really go into guild too much because we're only in preparation day and we can't really see what's going on. But yeah, the Elemental Unity, I can see that being extremely powerful. The poison set, especially it being only a 2 set, is extremely interesting as well. I'm personally not too interested in the crush set there, even though it is only 2, it just seems a little bit too niche. Also, the multi-strike enhance doesn't sound that great. I mean, I'm sure it could be great. I'm sure all of these can be great in their own little way, but just in general, it doesn't sound that good. Taunt for tanks, obviously. But yeah, for the most part, people are still going to be running these runes because it's just much easier to get the substats you want on them. But for 2 sets, like for example the poison, it may be a lot easier because you only need 2, and you can like put them in the slots that never have that great substats anyway, like one of the blue ones and one of the green ones. But yeah, I guess that'll do it. Really looking forward to trying guild battle when prep day ends. But yeah, make sure to tell me what you think about the new runes in the comments down below. Leaving a like if you did happen to enjoy would always be greatly appreciated as well. Thanks as always for watching, and until next time.